South African journalist and editor Diane Hawker joins me now to discuss the school racism allegations and anti-migrant protest in South Africa. Good to see you, Diane.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, there was a lot of tension at the Jan Viljoen school. How did this all start?
Well, according to the pupils, some of whom were interviewed by journalists today, the issue initially arose because of pupils who were actually involved in a fight on Friday. And what then happened after that fight was that it was recorded and the video ultimately went viral. And then there were complaints from mainly the Black pupils, in which they said that the school treated the Black pupils differently from the white pupils, that the Black pupils were threatened with discipline, whereas the white pupils were essentially left after that fight without any consequences. And that resulted in the parents actually going to the school today to demand that there be some action taken against or involving this situation.
And the education member of the Executive Council, Panyaza Lesufi, we understand visited the school today. So what was the outcome of this visit?
Yes, absolutely. We saw the MEC for Education in Gauteng visiting the school. He was essentially trying to make the situation a lot more calm. There was quite a lot of tension between the Black parents and the white parents. There was a point that the police seemed a bit overwhelmed and they actually had to disperse the different groups. MEC Lesufi said that he would request an investigation from South Africa's Human Rights Commission, the Chapter 9 institution that's set up in terms of the Constitution, and it is empowered to investigate allegations of racism and other kinds of allegations that go against South Africa's Bill of Rights. They have also decided to cancel in-person classes at the school at least until Thursday, hoping that the situation will calm down. And then he also said that he would speak to the governing body to get a sense as to what's going on. So at the moment, the school is in a bit of a holding pattern until that investigation is completed, as well as until classes resume later on in the week.
Well, Diane, let's go to the other development, and this is the second Operation Dudula March that we've seen this year. Why are residents in Johannesburg marching against foreign business owners?
So the issue with Operation Dudula is one that we've seen coming up a couple of times in different neighborhoods. The initial one that we saw took place in Soweto, and there was a call by residents of Soweto that foreign-owned businesses that are illegal in the country should be shut down by government. The challenge with these marches is, of course, that it's difficult to tell how the community members might know whether a business is owned by someone who's entered the country illegally or not. And of course, there are also people who have different types of paperwork, such as asylum seeker paperwork. So it's become a bit of a difficult issue. And the law enforcement actually had to disperse the crowd, saying that they had no right to actually take action directly against business owners, and that it was really for government to take action against them. They handed over a memorandum to some of the business owners, giving them some sort of a deadline, and they said that in the next few days they would actually return to make sure that those businesses are closed down. There also are some allegations that the business owners are involved in drug activity, but once again, it's one of those situations where you're not 100% sure where the origin of that allegation comes from.
Well, Dan, before I let you go, as earlier said by you, this is not the first time people will witness Operation Dudula in that part of the country. But again, there must be something that must have sparked this renewed tension between locals and foreign business owners.
Well, when you look at it, I think that one of the things, and this is something that often analysts do point to, is that in a lot of the areas where Operation Dudula happens, you do find that there is a very poor socioeconomic condition. So poverty is at a very high level. And oftentimes when there are issues of poverty, people then do start tending to fight over the limited resources that are available. If you look at Soweto, for example, where there was once Operation Dudula, while there are businesses that are working there and malls in operation, there definitely are areas where there's very, very poor socioeconomic issue. The same as Hillbrow, for example, it is quite a poor area where you do see people battling for space and also just to be able to eke out a living. So then you find a situation where people are saying that there are jobs that South Africans should have, that foreign residents in South Africa shouldn't. But when you go into the detail of it, you often see that the foreign-owned businesses are self-created. They're not relying on government for any assistance, that these foreign-owned businesses do tend to work within communities themselves. So it's not really a case where there are jobs being taken, but that the foreign businesses are creating their own revenue. And of course, they are in so many instances creating jobs for South Africans as well, because some of the shop assistants would be South Africans, or even the landlords in this case, some cases would also be South Africans. So there does seem to be a lack of full information sometimes when these incidents take place.
Well, Diane Hawker, many thanks for your time.
Thank you.